Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English. In our today's video, we are going to talk about why is Chhath Puja so famous these days in India. Now the notes that I will be using in our today's video, you can get it on a particular Telegram channel called as ATS Live. So just open your Telegram app. On the top right hand corner, there's a search bar, right? Click on it and enter the words ATS Live. You'll find the channel and there you can download the notes. And while you're at it, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. So let us understand what Chhath Puja is all about, but let me give you a context. Now, Chhath Puja has been performed across many areas in India, including state of Bihar, eastern part of Uttar Pradesh and many areas in Nepal, but these have been going on for centuries. But haven't you noticed lately that Chhath Puja has become quite visible in India's overall scheme of things? If you realize or if you watch important TV channels and news channels, you'll realize they are flashing visuals every year of Indians celebrating Chhath, not just in different parts of the country, but across the globe, be it Thames River of London or be it the coastal areas of California, right? Indians are everywhere and there they are worshipping or performing the Chhath Puja. And this year is somewhat different because this year in the next month itself, the state of Bihar is going into elections. So this year Chhath has also become quite political in nature, where politicians from different parts of the country are wishing their people about Chhath and they are also performing in the rituals of Chhath. So that is why let us understand why is Chhath becoming so popular. What are the kind of rituals one has to perform in the process of Chhath Puja? What is the broader significance? What is the religious significance of all these rituals? That is important from our exams perspective and this is what we'll cover in our today's discussion. Now in India, the worshipping of God Sun has been quite prominent and this has been going on since millennials right at the time of Rig Vedas. If you read Rig Vedas, you'll realize there has been a tradition in India of worshipping nature and different aspects of nature, including the worship of the god Sun. Similarly, if you read important historical texts of Hindu religion, be it Ramayana, be it Mahabharata, you'll find instances where people were performing the worship of Sun. Let us understand what happened in Ramayana. After getting victorious over the demon king Ravana, when Lord Ram and goddess Sita returned to Ayodhya, they performed a yagna and fast in honor of no one else but the god Sun. Similarly, in Mahabharata, Draupadi, on the advice of sage Dhaumya, she fasted and prayed to Sun, which paid her rich dividends. Similarly, Karn, who was also known as the son of God or the son of the god Sun, he organized a ceremony to worship Surya or his father. So this highlights worshipping of Sun has been quite common in Hindu culture, and this has been the area where the people who perform Chhath Puja do the same. So in this regard, let us understand what is the Chhath Puja all about. Now, Chhath Puja in a way is a 4-day long process, or it is an elaborate celebration where people worship the god Sun. And this fast that they hold for this 4 days is quite intense. Why? People who are participating in the Chhath Puja, they don't just hold fast, but they do it without even consuming water, making it a quite difficult. And in the process of Chhath, people worship both the setting of sun and the rising of sun. That is, they perform or they give offerings to both Usha and Pratyusha, that is the light of falling as well as rising sun. And they do so while standing in a body or a pool of water. Now, this prominence of ritual begin actually from the 6th day, also known as Shashti, of the holy month of Kartik, particularly in the Shukla Paksh of Kartik month, right? So this is when the Chhath Puja is celebrated. How it is celebrated? By standing in a pool of water and offering all these things to both setting of the sun and rising of the sun. And in this process, the devotees, they perform a fast, which is fast even without consuming the water, a 4-day long fast, right? So let us understand what are the basic deities in which people worship in the Chhath Puja. Now, Chhath Puja, the devotees, they worship Chhati Maiya, who is the goddess, and she is the sister of god Sun and also the daughter of sage Kashyap and Aditi, and she is also the wife of deity Kartike, who is also known as Murugan in the southern part of our country. Now, this deity Chhati Maiya, she is known to be strict but also benevolent. So in order to seek her blessings, what the devotees do, they observe the fast sincerely. And as I told you, this fast is not easy. People have to fast for 4 days, and while doing so, they also have to abstain from having water. And the purpose of this abstinence is that when you perform your process or offerings religiously, only then the goddess Chhati Maiya will give you blessings. So this is the deity and belief system of the Chhath Puja. Now, what is the 4-day long ritual and how are these rituals divided? That is also very important for us to understand. This begins with the first day, also known as Nahai Khai. As the word itself, Nahai Khai, suggests that you'll have to eat food only after you take a ritual bath. And this ritual bath you have to take in a water body, be it a river or pond, and then only you can eat your food, right? And the water that is in the pool of water, you have to use that same water to make the stove on which you'll prepare the food, right? And this simple meal consists of pumpkin curries eaten, marking the purification of the devotees. So this is what happens on the day 1 of Chhath. Now let us understand what happens in the day 2 of Chhath. This is known as Khadna, where the fasting begins of the devotees, right? Now, while devotee during the second day, they eat only once, but they do so only in the evening, where they prepare rotis or pudi and they have it with kheer, also known as rice pudding. Now, in this day second, they also prepare what is known as the prasad of this Chhath Puja, also popularly called as Thekua. Now, how many of you have seen this Thekua? This is nothing but a flour jaggery sweet which is fried in ghee, and this is what is offered as a prasad to other people after the Chhath Puja ends. And while doing so, they start what is known as 36-hour Nirjala fast, which is a fast without even having the water. So this was the second day of the Chhath Puja. Now the third day of Chhath Puja is what is called as Sandhya Arg. Sandhya Arg is the process where you give offerings to the sun god in the evening, right? So devotees, they gather at river banks, or if they do not have access to river bodies near their area, they even make makeshift ponds, right? Now they offer this, all of this offering, which consists of seasonal fruits, lamps, milk, and they give this offering in a cane basket called as soup. So if you want to see what is a soup, this is a soup in which offerings are kept, right? So offerings are offered in a soup, and to give the offering, people have to stand in a pool of water, and they'll have to offer this to the sun when it is setting in the horizon. So this is known as Sandhya ka Arag. Arag means offering the offering or giving the offering to the sun god when the sun is setting, right? So this is called as Sandhya Arag. Sandhya means evening. So this was the third day of Chhath Puja. Now let us understand what happens in the final or fourth day of Chhath Puja. It is also called as Bhor ka Arag. Bhor means morning, right? So in this fourth day of Chhath, at early morning, before the dawn, prayers are offered to the rising sun, marking the end of Chhath Puja. And devotees express gratitude to the god sun for his divine blessing. And after that, the community participates and they are rewarded with none other than Thekua, which is given as a prasad to all the deities, right? So this is how the 4D sequence of Chhath Puja completes on the day 4, that is the Bhor ka Sandhya. Now, what is the social and philosophical dimensions of this puja? That is also very essential. First of all, it gives us a symbolic message. How many of you have heard a saying in Hindi that you always, or log hamesha उगते सूरज को ही प्रणाम करते हैं, right? So this means that people always worship the rising sun, but this is entirely different in the case of Chhath Puja. In Chhath Puja, people not just give offerings to the rising sun, but they also give offerings to the setting of sun. And this gives a very symbolic message that even in our life, we witness whatever sets will rise again, whatever takes birth will eventually die, right? So this is holding a very symbolic message where you offer or submit offerings not just to the rising but also to the setting of sun. Also, this is a very community-centric festival. It just not belongs to the persons who are of the deities of the Chhati Maiya, but also the broader scheme of things, right? So many people in the community, not just the family members of people who are doing this Chhath Puja, they are involved in cleaning of ghats, preparing offerings, and even it ensures collective participation of people regardless of their caste and class. So family members, members of the society who live near your house, all of them participate in this Chhath Puja. So this is a community-based festival, not a festival of just an individual. And there is also one very important thing. One of the drawbacks of Hindu religion is that people are ultimately depending on priestly caste to perform the puja. But this is not the case with Chhath. In Chhath Puja, there is no priestly mediation which is required, and devotees, they directly worship God, that is the visible sun. So this also does away with the need of taking help of priestly classes. Similarly, it also gives a value of equality and simplicity. For instance, what are the offerings that are given to the sun god? These are seasonal fruits which are easily available, and not just easily available but accessible to people belonging to all castes. So this shows equality in the kind of puja. Also, there is an emphasis of eco spiritual value. We are offering, or we are worshipping nature, that is the sun god, right, and sunlight. So this shows that the broader community itself has a reverence towards nature, different aspects of nature. So these are the different social and philosophical dimensions of the Chhath Puja. Now, what is the cultural and religious spread of this particular festival? Now, this is predominantly celebrated in areas of Bihar, Jharkhand, Eastern UP, as well as the areas in Mithila region, right? But you have to understand, people who hail from this area are spread now across the country. So that is why, although it has been celebrated among the Purvanchali diaspora, but this diaspora lives across the country, and not just across the country, but in different parts of the globe, be it developed countries, be it Middle Eastern countries. So Chhath is now being performed everywhere, right? So the geographical spread of this festival has broadened in recent times. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu also, you'd witness that people are celebrating a similar kind of festival. That is, they are offering Skanda Shasti, or they are worshipping the god Kartike, also known as Murugan, which connects both of these festivals symbolically. Because I told you, Chhati Maiya, who people worship during the Chhath process, is none other than wife of the god Murugan. So this is why this festival, which is celebrated in Tamil Nadu, it's interlinked with Chhath Puja also. Now, what is the political relevance or contemporary relevance of this festival? I told you, right? At this time, Bihar is in election mode. So even the politicians are celebrating Chhath. And the growing presence of Purvanchali diaspora across the country has made Chhath Puja even politically significant. So you'll understand, various state governments, be it state government of Gujarat, state government of Haryana, state government of Delhi, they are making special arrangements in their own state so that people hailing from Purvanchali region can do or perform Chhath Puja without any difficulties. And special Chhath Ghats have been created in Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad, which is expected to host thousands and thousands of devotees. Similarly, the symbol of Purvanchali cultural identity and community pride is also being demonstrated in urban centers. For a long period of time, these people have been ridiculed because they come from a poor part of our country, but not anymore. As these people have made a name of themselves, they have created employment, they're earning a lot of money in urban areas. So this shows their pride in urban areas, and that is why it also helps deal with many misconceptions that people have created about Purvanchali region. So this shows the Purvanchali people their soft power. This shows how this Chhath Puja not just is religiously relevant, but also has been politically significant. And also it subscribes to many values which are very important in Indian society, be it community values, be it values of equality, be it not needing the priestly class to perform puja, and all of this is a way forward on how each and every festival should be celebrated in our country, right? Now, there is also a practice question that we are going to solve, but before that, please pay attention to what I'm going to say. Right now, we are taking admissions to our P2I foundation courses, and in our P2I foundation courses, not just art and culture, but all the subjects which are relevant for UPSC are being taught, and these are taught by subject matter experts who are best in the business. So if you want to take admissions to batches which are for 2027 exam or 2028 exam, right now is the best possible time. And to make things sweeter, just like Thekua, we are also offering discount. That is, if you use the code Deities Live, you will get maximum discounts. You'll save up to 7,000 on all the courses, not just for 2027, but also for 2028. And if you want, also for optional subject. Please do not forget to use this code Deities Live. It will only get you maximum discounts. Now, this is a practice question which is very similar to the UPSC question that appeared in 2017. You have to match the festivals and traditions in the area where it is prevalent. Please do let me know the correct answers. I know this would be difficult, but I'd want each and every one of you to Google these terms. You can easily understand Chhath Puja because this is correct and we have discussed it right now. But please do not forget to Google all these three and let me know which is the correct answers in the comment section. The ones who answer it correctly will get a thumbs up from my side. Okay. And if you want to download the notes, you can go on this particular channel. And if you have problems in locating it, this is the QR code you can scan as well. This is all from my side. Wish you a very happy and prosperous Chhath Puja, which you may have celebrated. And with that, also a very good night to you all.